Hello, good morning everyone. Today we are going to see the very important concept in engineering mechanics in a dynamics part, that is work energy principle. This part is in the kinetics of particle. So first of all, let us study what is the principle of work energy, what is the statement of work energy principle. Work energy principle states that the change in work done between stage 1 and 2 is equal to change in kinetic energy. Total work done between stage 1 and 2 is equal to change in kinetic energy. So we can write work energy principle as work energy principle. It states that total work done is equal to change in kinetic energy okay. As we can observe from this statement, left hand side is the total work done. Now when we are saying that it is a total work done, we have to consider that whatever work is done between stage 1 and 2, that we have to consider in this part total work done. It is equal to change in kinetic energy. As this part say it is a change in kinetic energy, whenever we are saying that it is a change in kinetic energy, it is nothing but final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Okay. So in total work done, suppose we are getting, there are different types of work done. Suppose we are getting the total 3 numbers of work done. So we can say the total work done is equal to W1 plus W2 plus W3. Okay. Suppose there are total 3 types of work done, then total summation will be W1 plus W2 plus W3. Likewise, there may be n numbers of work done. In right hand side part, we have change in kinetic energy. So it will be equal to final kinetic energy at stage 2 minus kinetic energy at stage 1. So change is nothing but final minus initial. So change in kinetic energy is the kinetic energy at part 2 minus kinetic energy at part 1. Okay. Now there are different types of work done that we can consider in this left hand side part. So whatever work done that we are coming across in our syllabus, in that it may be gravitational work done, it may be spring work done, it may be friction work done, or it may be the work done by the external force. Now already we know that kinetic energy, which is the part on right hand side, is directly proportional to the velocity of the particle. So in this part we will have only one unknown term, that may be velocity. Already mass is known, so the unknown part from this part will be the velocity. It may be final velocity or it may be initial velocity. Similarly in this part, total work done, the unknowns that you may come across is nothing but mu k, coefficient of kinetic friction, or it may be k, the stiffness of the spring, or it may be x, that is the distance travelled by the particle. So you can observe that in this equation we are considering mu k, that is the coefficient of kinetic friction. We are not considering the coefficient of static friction because the body is in motion. So we have to consider the coefficient of kinetic friction. So there may be these 3 unknown terms that you have to calculate when any other term is known, or from right hand side you have to find out the velocity. So as we can see that there is only one equation, so any one of the term that will be asked to you for calculation and other terms will be known. Now in this part, kinetic energy at part 2, half m v2 square minus half m v1 square. v2 is a velocity at stage 2, and v1 is a velocity at stage 1. Now as this principle talks about the kinetic energy, suppose particle is at rest, that means velocity will be 0. So particle may starts from rest. When particle starts from rest, its initial kinetic energy will be equal to 0. Suppose after performing all type of work done, if particle then comes to rest at stage 2, then final kinetic energy will be 0. And if particle starts from rest and after performing work done it comes to rest, then total kinetic energy at final minus initial will be equal to 0. Let us study it from the simple examples. First of all, we will study what are the different types of work done that we are going to study in work energy principle. So first very important type of work done that we are going to study is equal to work done by external force. Work done by external force. This is a very important type of work done. So work done by external force. Let us take example. Suppose there is a block resting on a flat surface and it is acted upon by force F at an angle theta, let us assume that the surface is smooth, and suppose after application of this force, this block moves to another part after traveling the distance equal to s. So work done by external force will be calculated as work done will be equal to F cos theta into the distance travelled by the block. Now from this equation you can observe that we are only considering the component of the force which is in a direction of motion. So F cos theta, that is the component of the force in a direction of motion, F cos theta multiplied with the distance travelled by the block. This is nothing but the total work done by the block. So this is the first type of work done that we are going to study, we are going to come across, that is the work done by external force. Next work done that we are going to study is a work done by friction force. Let us take a simple example again. Suppose there is a block resting on a flat surface, it is acted upon by some force F. Suppose now in this case we consider that mu k is a coefficient of kinetic friction. After application of this force, this block move to another position after travelling the distance equal to s. So the distance between first and final stage is nothing but s, and mu k is a coefficient of kinetic friction. In this case, work done by external force will be equal to F into s. But what will be the work done by friction force? So we are going to study work done by friction force in this case. Now work done by friction force is nothing but the type of the force. So we have to consider the friction force multiplied with the distance travelled by the block. So work done by friction force will be equal to friction force, that is mu k n is a friction force multiplied by the distance travelled by the block, that is s. But as the friction force is in opposite direction of motion, we have to consider that work done by friction force as negative. So this part is nothing but the friction force mu k n, and s is nothing but the distance travelled by the block. So this is how we calculate the work done by the friction force. So this is the second type of work done that we may come across while solving the problem. Now let us consider the third type of the work done. Third type of work done, that is work done by gravity. Work done by gravity. So work done by gravity, it is normally calculated because of the difference in the elevation. So when there is a change in height of the block, there is always a work done by gravity. Block may be lifted up or it may be brought down. So this is how we calculate the work done by gravity. So work done by gravity is given by plus mgh. So we consider plus sign when block is moving from top to down, that is from upper level to the lower level. But if block is moving from lower level to upper level, then it is considered as a negative work done. Let us take an example. Suppose there is a block which is situated at position 1. So after travelling this zigzag path, it moves to another position 2, and we have to calculate the work done by the block. In this case, we should not consider whatever zigzag path it is following, but only we have to consider what is the difference in elevation. Initially it was at this level, finally it is moved to this level. The difference between this level and this level vertically, suppose it is h is the difference in level. How to calculate the work done by gravity in this case? It is equal to, work done will be equal to plus, it is minus mgh. Why it is minus mgh? Because block is moving from lower level to the upper level. Similarly, if block initially at stage 1, but after following this zigzag path, it is brought to another level 2, which is lower than the previous one. Again we have to consider the difference in level, that is h, and then work done will be equal to magnitude same mgh, but in this case it is positive. Why it is positive? Because block is brought from the upper level to the lower level. So when block is moving from upper level to the lower level, work done is positive. When it is moving from lower level to upper level, we consider the same magnitude but with the negative sign, minus mgh. Now let us take a very simple example in this category, which is normally found in the problems. Let us consider an inclined plane. Theta is the angle of inclined plane. Suppose there is a block resting on this inclined plane and it is moving from this position to another new position while traveling the distance equal to s. M is the mass of the block. So there is the m mass of the block. It is kept on inclined surface. The angle is theta. It was initially at position 1, then it is sliding upward at a position 2. Now in this case there will be a friction force work done, but we are now considering only the gravitational work done. How to calculate gravitational work done? Initially it was at this position and final position is this. We have to calculate the difference in level. So h, it is moving vertically distance h. So we have to calculate this h for calculation of the work done. So this value h, if you consider this right angle triangle, this distance is s, this angle is theta, and h will be equal to s sin theta. So h will be equal to s sin theta. So whatever linear displacement along the slope is there, s, that multiplied by sin theta is nothing but the total vertical difference of the level for the block. So work done will be equal to work done WD by gravity is equal to minus mgh, because from lower level to upper level it is minus sign. Mass of the block will remain same, into g, it is 9.81, but h in this case will be equal to s sin theta. So this is the total work done by gravity in this case. Suppose you consider block moving from upper level to the lower level, same magnitude you will get but only with a positive sign. So this is how we calculate the work done by gravity. Now in this problem you will get the work done by friction force if I give you the value of mu k. So that will be another work done. Already we have discussed in a previous section. So in this case how we will calculate the work done by friction force? Work done by friction will be equal to mu kn multiplied by the distance travelled by the block along the direction of the friction force. So s, we have to consider s in this case because we have to consider the linear displacement in this case of a friction force work done. So only two work done you will find in this case. Now let us consider the last example, last type of the work done, which is very important. The fourth type of work done is work done by spring. Work done by spring. Now work done by spring, it is given by, it is equal to half k x1 square minus x2 square. This is the expression for calculating work done by the spring force. Now in this case you observe there is a constant k called as the stiffness of the spring, stiffness of the spring, which is measured in Newton per meter. Now x1 is equal to initial deformation of the spring, initial deformation in spring, and x2 is equal to final deformation of the spring, final deformation of spring. You have to measure this in terms of meter, in meters. Now what is the meaning of initial deformation and final deformation? Now whenever there is a spring you purchase from market, suppose there is a spring like this and it is not loaded, suppose there is a spring which is not loaded, it will have some length L. When you purchase a spring from market, it is having some initial length L called as the unstretched length or undeformed length of the spring, original length of the spring. It is called as undeformed, unstretched length of the spring, which is called as the free length of the spring. When we say free length, then it means that there is no load acting on a spring. So when you load the spring, it may be compressed or it may be stretched. You may be apply compressive load or tensile load on the spring. Depending upon that, the spring will stretch and it will deform. Suppose you are compressing the spring by some distance, then it will have some another length, and that length minus initial length will be the deformation, initial deformation. And when you release the spring, it will come to its original position. That means its deformation will become 0 and x2 will become 0. So accordingly we can calculate the deformation of the spring. So deformation, x1 part is the deformation, it is not actual length of the spring. We have to relate that actual value with the actual length of the spring, and then we can calculate the deformation of the spring. That we will study while solving the problems. So this is how we calculate the work done by the spring. Now let us analyze the work energy principle by a very simple example. let us consider a problem 1. In this, let us consider an inclined plane with an angle theta equal to 26 degree, and there is a block resting on inclined plane. The mass of the block is 20 kg and coefficient of kinetic friction mu k is equal to 0.2. So, this is the data available with us. There is a block of mass 20 kg which is resting on inclined plane. The angle of inclined plane is 26 degree and the coefficient of kinetic friction between that surface and the block mu k is equal to 0.2. The problem asked is that if you push this block with the velocity 4 meter per second in upward direction, find out the maximum distance it will cover on an inclined plane. So, this is the question. The question is, if you push this block with the speed of 4 meter per second in upward direction, what will be the maximum distance covered by the block along the inclined plane? So, you have to find out the distance d or s along the inclined plane. Now, when you push the block with the speed of 4 meter per second, it will travel in upward direction. So, initially it was at stage 1. After pushing the block, this is stage 1, it will move to another stage, another position which is called as the stage 2. In this case, block will be at some distance, angle is 26 degree. Initially it was at this position and it is travelling a distance equal to d in this case. So, this is stage 2, 20 kg block. Okay. So, block is pushed with the speed of 4 meter per second in upward direction. It moves to stage 2 after travelling a distance d, and your objective is to calculate this distance d covered by the block in upward direction. So, how to consider that block is travelling a distance d? So, what is the maximum distance that block will travel along the inclined plane? So, you are already pushing the block with 4 meter per second. Okay, it is coming in contact with the surface, so there will be a friction force. So, because of friction force, its speed will go on decreasing. At one stage, that is stage 2, the speed will become 0 and block will stop at that position, and you have to calculate what is the maximum that distance the block is travelling. So, when block will stop at position 2, that position you have to consider as a distance d from the initial position. So, in this case, if you observe, just by observation, you can find out what are the total number of work done in this case. First work done, that you observe that there is a change in elevation, because 20 kg block which was initially at the lower level, it is moving to some upper level. So, there is a work done by gravity. Similarly, there is a friction force coming into picture. So, there is a work done by friction force. As there is no external force applied, there is no work done by external force. Similarly, there is no spring involved in this case. So, there is no work done by spring. So, out of the 4 work done that we have already studied, we can only observe there are only 2 types of work done, that is work done by gravity mgh and work done by the friction force, that is mu k and s. So, let us first of all calculate work done by gravity. So, for work done by gravity, there is very important parameter we have to calculate, that is h, difference in elevation. So, initially block was at this level, finally it is moving to this level. So, there is a change in elevation of h which will be equal to d sin 26. Already we have studied this part, this angle will be 26 degree, this hypotenuse is d. So, the opposite to this angle is equal to d sin theta, d sin 26. So, this is a change in elevation. So, first let us to calculate work done by gravity is equal to minus mgh, which is equal to minus 20 into 9.81 into what is h? H is equal to d sin 26. So, this is the total, this is the work done by gravity. Next, this is the first part. Second part, already we have discussed that there is a work done because of friction force. So, to calculate work done by friction force, which is equal to work done by friction force, it is minus mu k n into the distance travelled d. mu k and s is d in this case. So if you observe in this equation, we have mu k with us, that is 0.2, d we have to calculate d, and normal reaction n can be calculated from the free body diagram of the block. So first of all we have to draw the free body diagram of the block, free FBD of block. So free body diagram will look like this. There is a 20 kg block. So y axis, x axis, we have to consider perpendicular to plane, parallel to the plane. The weight of the block will be acting in vertically downward direction. It is 20 into 9.81. This is the weight of the block. This angle will be equal to 26 degree. 26 degree. So vertical component is equal to 20 into 9.81 into cos 26, which is acting in downward direction. And another component of force which is acting down the plane, which is 20 into 9.81 into sin 26. Now there is a normal reaction perpendicular to the plane. It is represented by letter N. And as the block is moving in upward direction, there is a friction force acting in opposite direction, that is mu k n. So this is the free body diagram of a given block. So in this free body diagram, we are supposed to calculate the normal reaction. For normal reaction, we have to consider the summation of forces along the vertical direction, that is summation Fy. So summation Fy is equal to 0. In this case, we cannot write the summation Fx equal to 0 because block is moving. So we have to only consider the motion in vertical direction, that is Fy, and we have to calculate n only. So summation Fy minus 20 into 9.81 into cos 26 plus n is equal to 0. So n will be equal to 20 into 9.81 into cos 26. So this is the normal reaction we are getting, 20 into 9.81 into cos 26. We have to use this value of n in this equation to calculate the total work done by the friction force. So now the work done by friction force becomes minus mu k is equal to 0.2 into n is equal to 20 into 9.81 into cos 26 into d. So this is the work done by the friction force. So this is equation 1, that is work done by gravity, and this is equation 2, it is equal to work done by the friction force. So we have to add these two to get the total work done. So finally the total work done will be equal to is equal to this part, that is minus 20 into 9.81 into d sin 26 minus 0.2 into 20 into 9.81 into cos 26 into d. So this is the total work done. So this is equation 3. Now by work energy principle, you have to equate this work done to the change in kinetic energy. Now what is change in kinetic energy? So to calculate change in kinetic energy, which is equal to delta Ke. So delta Ke is equal to half m v2 square minus half m v1 square. So already we have studied that block is pushed with the velocity of 4 meter per second. So v1, in this case stage 1, v1 was equal to 4 meter per second, which was mentioned in a problem. So initial kinetic energy, okay, it is half m into 4 square, and finally block is coming to rest. So v2 will be equal to 0. So in this case velocity v2 of the block will become 0. So change in kinetic energy will be equal to, this is equal to 0 because v2 is equal to 0, minus half mass of the block is 20 into v1 is equal to 4 square, as v1 is equal to 4 meter per second and v2 is equal to 0. So this is a change in kinetic energy. If you simplify this, you will get (160 joules). If you simplify this, you will get the total change in kinetic energy is equal to 160 joule. So you have to, this becomes equation number 4. If you equate equation 3 and 4, you will find that there is only one unknown parameter, that is the distance traveled by the block d, and by equating you can calculate the d. So let us equate 3 and 4. So by work energy we can write by work energy principle, work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. So total work done that we have found out is equal to d in bracket 86 plus 35.37 is equal to 1/6. After simplifying the total work done, we will get this equation d in bracket 86 plus 35.37 is equal to change in kinetic energy, that is 160. If you simplify this, you will get d is equal to 1.32 meter. So the total distance that block can travel along the inclined plane is equal to 1.32 meter. So this is the one of the example we have studied. In this we have come across the work done by gravity and the work done by the friction force. Now let us take another simple example. So in next lecture we will study another 2 examples to more elaboration of the work energy principle. Thank you.